Hi, I'm Christopher.
Hi, everybody. This is Bob.
Hey guys,
Bergen.
this is Stephanie Shea.
Hey, I'm Veronica Taylor.
Hey, everybody. This is Billy
Hey
West.
guys, I'm Ryan Colt Levy.
Hi, this is Kyle
Hi,
Aber.
this is Kira Buckley.
Hi, I'm Jameson Price.
Hi, I'm Sean Chiplock.
You are listening to Two Dads.
You're listening to
Two Dads.
Two dads.
Two dads.
Two dads.
Two dads.
Two dads.
Two dads
And
and
a
a
podcast.
podcast.
A couple of dads on a podcast.
Yes, I feel powerful.
What's up, guys?
Welcome
It's
to another
another-
episode.
It is.
What?
It's another episode. We did it again. Today, we decided to hit up another anime top 5.
Yeah, it's been a little while.
It has.
I mean, I like to circle back to this, and this one's kind of fun.
this
Animals.
was fun. It was a little more challenging than I expected it to be.
Yeah, top five animals. More like pet centric, sort of. We decided no god creatures, so as awesome,
like no spirits,
as-
no godly dragons and crazy shit like
as
that.
awesome as Princess Mononoke is, most of the animals in that are gods.
Yes.
So no Pokemon, no Digimon because they're digital. They're not even real.
Yep.
I'll say what else did we kind of nix off? No humanoid sort of or hybrid. So sorry, Hello Kitty, you're cute, but technically she's a person in a kitty costume. According to the creator.
Oh man, you love stuff like that.
So yeah, we've narrowed this down. We thought about this deeply.
My number 5 is the all-time lovable and adorable Nina Tucker.
Nina Tucker is a person.
She
Okay.
was a person.
So now you're choosing
Alexander.
like a hybrid.
Alexander.
Yeah, thank you. The lovable pup, the family dog.
Yeah, dude, I loved Alexander. And I think that's why it was so hard, that scene, watching it in both the original series and the Brotherhood series.
It's traumatizing. I still have nightmares.
Yes.
About that scene.
First off, Alexander was such a good dog. He's such a good boy.
Oh yeah,
he was such a good boy.
Loved Nina to
Lovable.
pieces. Well trained. Ended up kind of a chimera hybrid. So
yeah,
stuff happens. Family drama. I don't want to get into anybody's business, but it was a little fucked up.
I mean, moral of the story: don't turn your kid into a talking chimera with your house pet.
Yeah, that just wants to die because it. All right, so my number 5. I bent the rules a little bit because it is a demon, but it's a demon cat. It's not a god; it's a demon, but it's a demon cat. And when you're thinking about this universe, there's sort of like pet demons.
It would be a normal pet.
So it's
it's
Kirara. Kirara. Kilala. I'm just gonna go Kilala. I'm just gonna do that one. I'm gonna just do the symbol. Kilala. I'm just gonna go with the L pronunciation.
All right.
Because I'm gonna cheat.
Kilala.
I had to. So this of all the sort of like pet animals, she is kind of the most integral to the plot. Like,
yeah, definitely.
She's used quite frequently in the show she's badass. First off, let's just get that out of the way. Badass, little cute little kitty turns into a monster. And so when we're seeing her, she's with Songo now, and they're a pretty dynamic duo right there.
Oh yeah.
And it's one of the most useful pets in all of anime. I mean, if you consider. So I love Inuyasha. A special place in my heart.
It's
watch it
part
constantly.
Of that golden age of anime that we grew up with.
Yeah, and so I had to throw that on the list for sure.
So my number 4 is a little. I mean, he's kind of anthropomorphic, but I wouldn't say humanoid. In that. And
see, you bent the rules a little bit too.
A little bit. You gotta. But honestly, I picked him partially because of his name and partially because he's just a cool cat. and it's Baron Humbert von Gigenkin. From Whisper of the Heart, he was a statue, but then in The Cat Returns, he actually played an integral part of the story. He was a big character. Those
movies were fantastic. I remember this one time at band camp, we actually did watch these movies at band camp.
I know.
And they were great, man. The wife had never seen them before. I'm like, what? You're a huge Ghibli fan. How have you not
seen these? It's because
The Cat Returns and right. But I mean, fantastic storytelling in these movies.
Absolutely. I loved it. He's got an amazing little white top hat. He's got an adorable little bow, and he's just a cool cat, man. He's badass. There's no way around it. He's badass. He runs the cat bureau. He helps save the girl, get her back home. It was just a super fun movie, and he was super awesome. I almost went with Muta because, he eats everything. But the Baron is so much cooler.
Yeah, and it's really a great like coming of age sort of storytelling there with the first movie, and then the second movie would really hits it home. And we just watched it not that long ago, along with Pompoko and a few others, which did not make my list. I don't know if it made yours. The raccoons from Pompoko.
No,
as awesome, entertaining, as fun as they are, their balls freak me out. Like they have some hairy clankers that are just like boom in your face.
Did you say hairy clankers?
I'm sorry. I just.
Oh my god! No, I agree. It's a little freaky.
But my number four. It's actually the first anime I ever watched, and it is what got me into anime. And this might surprise the fuck out of you because I don't think I've ever told you this. It's Hamtaro.
Hamtaro, dude! I swear we watched Hamtaro together.
I watched it before.
I swear we watched that together.
And like, I don't know, it was 2001, 2002 when the anime dub finally came out. Mm-hmm. And a friend of mine, it was so long ago, it wasn't even on TV yet. She played it. My friend Allison played it on VHS for me. If you don't know Hamtaro, it's this cute ass little show.
Oh my god,
it's a sort of slice of life through the eyes of a hamster who's owned by a 10-year-old and his friends, the Hams. And that's all it is. It's if you want a perfect comparison, it's like Seinfeld for hamsters. Nothing really happens.
It's true. It's true. Like nothing happens, but it's adorable, and to kids, it's bright, colorful, cute, and what else do you need?
Yeah, and it was well done. They had like 4 movies. It was on for I don't know, 3 or 4 seasons. Yeah. And it was a great little show to introduce somebody to anime.
I like that. I love that Hamtaro was on your list.
Yeah, I figured that would be a curveball for you.
Well, my number 3 is we're getting away from the cute stuff and we're getting into a little bit more seriousness. And it's probably the most badass dog that could have been on either of our lists, in my opinion, because not only is he an awesome dog, but he's also a ninja.
Is this Akamaru?
It's Akamaru.
Yeah. So he got edged out by Hamtaro. Actually, it was kind of, there's the Kirara and the Akamaru. They were like, these are 2 badass fucking creatures. But one, Akamaru wasn't as pivotal to the show as Kirara was.
He was a side character.
But his relationship and development was sweet. I mean, it was just a great story.
I loved
within the story
the coming of age from with Akamaru and Kiba and how they grew together, and you got to see that from the very beginning.
We did interview Kiba, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Check that out on our interview section. We did get to talk to, who was it who voices him?
I'll let you.
Oh, we're gonna hear it at the end of this.
We are,
aren't we?
I'm gonna let you struggle for just a second.
No, you're gonna have to tell me. I'm bad.
Okay, it's Kyle.
I can see his bald head.
Yeah, it's Kyle Bear. But I loved seeing him throughout the entire series. You get to see him when he's a pup all the way up until now with Boruto, and he's just an old ass dog.
Yeah,
watching his pups and picking on Kiba because Kiba didn't become the Hokage.
too, and Kiba is this constant like immature character who never really quite grows up and is always all the way through his teens and stuff like that is kind of immaturely envious of Naruto, who's a dude he's never gonna reach, but that friendship really keeps him grounded and teaches him how to be better friends with other characters within the show. So it's really crucial to him, obviously. And that whole clan, that whole animal tribal setup is really fucking
Inuzuka clan. I liked it, and honestly, I picked him, and he's on my list because he's a ninja. The dog is a ninja. The dog has his own jutsu. Like, how fucking badass is that?
Right, and that's. I mean, I probably should have put him on my list because he's not a demon. He has no he just has jutsu. He's learned.
It's fine. It's fine.
I'm doing what I was just feeling.
It makes our lists a little more varied.
It's on your list.
Yeah, it makes our list a little more varied. So
I can just piggyback on yours.
Yeah.
So my number 3, I'm going back to Ghibli here. It's Gigi from Kiki's Delivery Service.
Oh, Gigi was so close to being on my list, but I picked the Baron. And I purposely limited myself to one Ghibli character.
Right. Voiced by the epic Phil Hartman. Obviously, it's one of the pivotal characters in the movie. You could have easily gone with the dog. I forget the dog's name, but he's such a good dog. And it's just an amazing story. Another coming of age sort of thing.
I like
this
Gigi.
Guy's 13. I like his sarcasm. Everything just sounds
he's kind of like the voice of reason to Kiki. He's kind of that, consciousness, of keeping her grounded. Yeah. He's kind of keeping her, he's putting some limits on her and helping her grow while allowing her to be herself. And I like that. I like that in the character, and that he was almost a parental figure to her when she goes out on her own at 13.
Right. Now, they never really resolved the one of the things that is great about the Ghibli type of style, but kind of for a fan, is they never resolved the end of that movie. And so, Gigi loses his ability to talk to Kiki, and you never really get that resolution at the end. He never it's not like, hey, everything's back to normal. You're sort of stuck with that. She's still growing. She's still learning, and we don't know what happens. But while he is in that movie, while he's in that movie, he's a phenomenal character to that movie. He's a great sidekick to her.
Absolutely. That brings us to number 2. So my number 2 is Kirara.
I can't believe you give me such shit for this. And then it's on the high end of your list, not even down at the low. And it's on the high end.
She is an animal, and a natural animal to this world. So I don't feel like
that was my reasoning too.
Yes, 100%. That's fine. That's not outside of our parameters, because in this universe, she's a normal animal. She is honestly probably one of the most badass cats, quote unquote, because she's not really a cat, but she's a cat.
Yeah. When I started this, she was number 1 on my list, actually.
I had a feeling she probably would be. But
and I don't know. I just kind of sat on it today. I kind of fumbled it around, and she ended up going down to number 5. And that was mainly just because of the demon aspect. I was like, I gotta move it down.
She's so high on my list because ever since I first saw her and how she transformed and Sango rode around on her, I wanted one.
Yeah,
I need one. You know how much more fun commuting to work would be?
It was a badass character for the show. And like I said, it's such a pivotal character. That team, that grouping was so pivotal at all times. You couldn't do that show by taking one of them out. You just couldn't. They were so intertwined. The plot was, even with Inuyasha being the main focus of the show, the rest of these characters were so intertwined within it that you couldn't do it without any of them.
Yeah, and I think that's what made the show stand out so well is that factor. It's not just one protagonist. You have a whole group. And Kirara is awesome. You know, going from this adorable, cute little creature that's just like, oh my God, I want to cuddle and pet it, to I'm going to bite your fucking face off. No joke, with those giant ass fangs. It's awesome.
Right.
I love her. I love the dynamic, and that's why she ended up being so high on my list.
So my number 2 is one of a duo, just one of the most inseparable duos in all of anime, and that's Alexander and Nina Tucker.
Yes, we swapped our 2 and 5. We swapped our 2 and 5.
I mean, literally inseparable. You cannot separate them. Like, that's not a joke.
Nina Tucker is my favorite anime animal.
Oh, it's just the memes. The memes is why this is so high up on my list. Just the tragedy behind it. It's that episode makes you feel
I was so hoping
and
that this would be on your list. I was so hoping, and I was mildly disappointed I didn't hear it at the bottom. I didn't think you'd put it that top, but yeah.
I love it so much. It is such an interesting plot line.
It is heartbreaking.
I think the thing that does it justice is it's so short. It's such a small clip of the show that it doesn't like bog you down. It gives you room to breathe and just take it in and be like, oh, fuck.
And honestly, I feel like that episode in both the original and the Brotherhood is that it sets the feeling you're going to get quite often. It sets the pacing for the rest of the show, in that, holy shit, these crazy, horrible things happen, and there's nothing these brothers can do about it.
Yeah. They pretty much tell you, look, now buckle up, because there's more of this shit later on. Like this, we're gonna present you with it. It's really a fucked up plot line, but it's so good. I sat for hours writing that joke of the inseparable thing I said, because
I believe that. I believe that. And you gave me shit about this. We totally flipped our. How do we do that all the freaking time? Well,
so should we say number 1 together, like in unison? Should we count it down? 3, 2, 1.
Ein.
Obviously,
it's Ein.
I was going to say something different just to fuck with you, but what's the point?
Feeling.
Everybody knows.
Everybody
already knows this. This dog, for a dog that isn't really in it that much. Like, if you break down, if you total up the minutes that Ein is present in the show, it's so small. It's like Hannibal Lecter in Silence of the Lambs. Such a small actual footprint in the show, but
such an iconic and big character. Yeah.
And I love it.
Look, Ein, just a little bit you get of Ein throughout the show. You get this dog who has so much emotion and
so much attitude, and without talking, it has sarcasm somehow. I don't know how he does it.
Yeah, like when Ein bites Spike's finger, he points his finger out, and Ein just goes, "How?"
From that first episode with Hakeem, I mean, he's already starting trouble. And then, but he saves Spike's or Jet's life during the brain scratch episode. And he's just so intelligent. He's pointing them in the right direction, and they don't even notice how to play shogi.
I don't know how to play shogi.
Right.
But I knows how to play shogi. And look, honestly, probably the number one thing that makes Ein is the scene at the end of the mushroom hunting episode where Ein is just hopping on all four and he's hiccuping around. I've
were gonna
seen
give
somebody made a meme of that, and they just put the word "nope" all over the screen, so it's like you're hopping away, going nope, 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 nope. Ein is fantastic. There was no other animal that could have been number one for either of us.
No, not really. Even of all the strife that the live action show had, and they cast the perfect Ein.
They did. Ein was absolutely fantastic. Well, I should say they were absolutely fantastic because it was two different dogs.
Yeah, as it normally is with
Charlie and Harry.
Kids or dogs they try and get to. I just think it was such an interesting character to have in a show. You could have probably written around not having an Ein.
Oh yeah, 100%. There could have not been a dog, and the show would have been just as good as it was.
But it wouldn't have been.
It wouldn't have had that extra charm that you had.
And for a dog that was worth only 3 Wulong,
3
Wulong on the market.
300? No, 3
Wulong.
Fingers are hard to hold up. 3. Man, there were so many different animals, and it was tough to pick to narrow this down.
Yeah, I mean, I could have I thought about having Yakul from Princess Mononoke, because he's such a badass little elk thing.
Ghibli as a whole has quite a few different amazing animals.
You had Heen, the dog with pigeon feet from Howl's Moving Castle. Ryo Oki from Tenchi Muyo, this cute little cat thing, just didn't have as big of a role as there's that little black cat that pops up in Trigun all the time.
You have Artemis and Luna from Sailor Moon, Poir and Oolong and all these animals that are
Bubbles.
in Dragon Ball Z.
Bubbles.
Yeah. Shut up, Bubbles.
This monkey that can kick most people's asses, and
he lives with a literal
gravity.
god. Come on. He lives on a tiny planet with a god.
Yeah. You got some cool animals on Blue Exorcist and just all over Black Clover. You got Nero, and it's the list is endless. But these are the ones that stuck out to us.
These are the ones that had the biggest impact on us and the different media that we love and that we consume. Honestly, there's so many out there. We want to hear what your favorite animals and anime are.
So if you have a top 5, just reach out.
You can reach out to us on Facebook, on Twitter, Instagram, all at 2dap2020. Our YouTube, of course, is 2dap2020. And you can also email us at 2dap2020@gmail.com.
And you can also give us suggestions for future top 5s or just other segments you would like to hear us about.
We've had a few suggested to us from a couple listeners, and we love doing stuff that's outside of our norm, and we also love not having to think them up ourselves.
Yeah,
that's beneficial. That's helpful.
That's pretty much where I'm getting at. Do my work for me.
And of course, Kiba is here to let us know.
Next time on Two Dads and a Podcast.
Next time we have a really special one for you. So we're going to do
I'm going to mute you. I'm going to mute you.
All-time anime top 5 feature films.
You know what? What's funny? With the Crunchyroll and Funimation join up
merger,
the merger that's happening, I went on to Crunchyroll because I got it switched over, and they have so many of these movies. We might actually get to do this at some point in the future. Because I was looking through, they have every single Naruto movie. They have all the Inuyasha movies. They've got a ton of them on there. So,
Netflix has a lot of the Inuyasha, the Bleach, the Naruto. Not all, but a lot. No Dragon Ball Z, though.
I've seen all of those, so.
I've seen most of them, but I
found
haven't seen some of the newer ones
years ago that had them, that was streaming all of them on there. No, but we may actually get to do that at some point in the future.
Well, let's hope.
Be fun.
Let's hope. I know some of the stuff we got coming up still. We're still doing our Pokemon parties of 6. We still we're going to revisit the banned list for TCGs at some point.
Yeah, for the various card games. We've got a lot of stuff to kind of revisit.
Final Fantasy. Yeah.
Some more video game stuff. There's a lot of stuff coming up, and we've got lots of ideas, but we are happy to take yours. So let us know
For sure.
And as always, guys, thanks so much for listening.
Love you guys.